truth, to walk in the spirit is difficult, dealing with all of the ignorance. But in the Bible, it's still talking about the Bible. What is the benefit? Everything about you counterfeit. There ain't no rebuttal you can counter with. On the internet, you the master teacher. In real life, you powerless. Keep it real with you, I don't have time for this. I ride for this, my forefathers died for this. They cry for this opportunity presently I possess, and right now you are the opposite. If you walk in love, you fulfill the law. Don't get involved and you ain't giving it all. If you ever think it's cool to threaten another man's family, then you already lost. Chemtrails got aluminum, heavy metal saturate the atmosphere. Manhattan Project, time travel, Mandela effect, what happened here? GMO food processing to the whole world become obsolete. A black man who believes in Jesus got my own team taking shots at me. You trespassing on property that you don't fully understand properly. All the back and forth, that's not for me, that's for ROC and the War Machine. If we ride together, then we ride together. If we can't do it, I'd rather leave. I still stand on the word of God till the day I die and no longer breathe. We trapped inside the diaspora, nightmares of the massacre. Cold sweat, I'm below deck in the middle passage, just a passenger. Revolutionary hardcore, liberation, that's a hard job. You ain't ready, you a oddball. Keep your mouth closed like lockjaw. I learned trying to bring people together on the same page, make them separate. All the talk about reconciliation, when the time comes, you hesitate. If Jesus was able to sit at the table with a bunch of sinners, you very fake. Your steps ordered by the Lord, and how it was yesterday, your big mistake. We the city sitting on the hill. Guess it all depends on how you live. Guess it all depends on how you feel, and we both know that ain't God's will. I stood on what I felt was right. I don't never question if God's real. Trapped inside this matrix, I'm about to pop the red and the blue pill.
Bless them which persecute you. Bless and curse not. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, said the Lord. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. Romans 12:14-21.
You're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny. I am Peyton Manning level, I'm on GOAT status. I think I'm the baddest mother lover ever walk on this planet. Damn it, you could never see me, you could never beat me, you could never be me, disrespect me, and I'm eating all of your pizza. I know I'm not right, I know I'm not white, I know I'm gon' call the popo on you if you hit me. I don't fight, I'm a rapper, I don't write. Rio, you got all that hype, that's the stuff that I don't like. Why you laughing at my height? I wish I could slap your face. You just think you're so amazing, you just think that you're the greatest. Why you fucking Tom Brady? I am Peyton Manning, end of conversation. You just hating, I am Peyton Manning, say it. I am Peyton Manning, say it. No, Dibble God plan, that's a Drake line. Beat the midget up, that's a hate crime. A-Town's on 3 game time. Got the trunk knocking from the baseline. I'm all about the money, baby, crocker cake time. Chopsticks on deck, no Shanghai. 4-5, you come to my waistline. Keep the 4-5 clip by my waistline. You soft in the middle like fruit pie. I know how you to walk a straight line. You wouldn't throw trays in the food fight. Yeah, what I heard through the grapevine. I know you don't mind wasting your time. I would just prefer you didn't waste mine. You gon' get what coming to you in due time. Little pussycat running from the K9. You're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny. category, mandatory for me to tell you that you were very boring. And the moral of the story, I wish I could just ignore you, but they gotta burn your body, put you in the crematorium. And I'm the only audio inside the auditorium. And when I'm finished with you, you will not have no memorial. You wanna be Luigi, but you're not ready for Mario. And no scenario, running circles around your cardio. And that's a body blow, it's not a secret. Everybody know that you ain't coming close. I leave you comatose and you become a ghost. I overdose, I gotta overload. That's when the windows of heaven open up for me with the overflow. And I can feel the power moving within every last chromosome. Battle right around the corner, you already know it's on. Understand me, you're not Peyton Manning, you're not Peyton Manning. Woo!
Peace, peace, peace. What it is, it's Brother Tyvon Swainell, a.k.a. The Orthodox Moore, a.k.a. The Seven Pillar Saracen, a.k.a. Brother Moore. Wishing you all peace and blessings and Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to do a real simple message in this video for this week. We can easily look at the behavior in the community right now and see there is a dichotomy of behavior. And I want to say this very clearly. I am not an Israelite in a cult. I am a cultural Israelite. I need to repeat that. I am not an Israelite in a cult. I am a cultural Israelite. I don't say that lightly either. I know what it's like to wake up one day and find out that you're in a cult. A lot of people that know my story know that I came out of an offshoot of the original Moorish Science Temple of America. And that one day in that walk, I found out that it was a cult, and then I just did an about face. I mean, it was a heartbreaker, fam, because I saw a lot of sincere people caught up in a messed up movement. And that's the heartbreaking thing about cults, fam, is the sincere people that get led astray by their sincerity because they trust people that they should never have trusted. So I want to make this clear, fam. I'm not in a cult. I don't do them things, fam. I don't do an echo chamber. I don't do unchallenged thought. I don't do you better agree with me or leave. I don't do if you support other people, you better not come here. I don't do you lose your wrench if you don't do what I say. I don't do none of them things, fam. I don't tell you what to think. I tell you what I think. And then I go check out opposing opinions on my thing, man. I don't believe in echo chamber conversations. What I believe in is expressing my culture as a Hebrew. As someone who considers himself an Israelite and a Moor. Expressing that culture to the world and the things that I think are viable about that culture to the world. I am a cultural Israelite. I am a cultural Hebrew. I am a cultural Moor. I consider like Moorish and Israelite as nationalities. No more, no less. They're not special badges that make me above somebody else in any way, shape, or form. Any way, shape, or form. Nationalism does not make me better than anybody. Nationalism makes me a caretaker of my people. And being a caretaker of my people and other people is literally the hallmark of my culture as a Hebrew. As someone who's Moorish and an Israelite, that is the hallmark of my culture, is taking care of being my own brother's keeper within my culture, but also being my own brother's keeper outside of my culture. For instance, right, a lot of people know about like the cities of refuge and this, that, and the third. Do y'all know that there's supposed to be a couple of cities set aside for people who are aliens, where they got access? It's things like that. It's things like the fact that, like, in our feast and our tithes, etc., we take care of the alien people as well. We let the alien glean as well, etc. All them kind of things. We take care of the stranger and our own. That's the hallmark of our culture. We got people like Cohen Hamidishe talking about the awakening and whatnot in a very sincere manner. And I have to agree with him. It's a very sincere topic to deal with. It's not something to take lightly. And it's not something to take lightly because it's in the scrolls. The scrolls talk about this concept. But the awakening's not some black power poverty pimping, you know what I'm saying? In the sense to where the awakening is about you buying my shoes or my documentary or my album. No, fam. The awakening is about us as a people being a light to the nations. And then them being gathered to the light of our rising. And them gathering us home as an offering to the Most High. That's a real intricate give and take dance right there that we need to understand. If you're caught up in this thing because you want to be some chosen people that gets to watch other people get destroyed and become your servants and this, you're in this for the wrong reason, fam. If you're in this because you want to have some kind of secret skin doctrine, you're in this for the fam. You picked the wrong nationality. Next time, how about you try picking a nationality that doesn't have sojourning as literally part of the constitution of the nation? You picked the wrong one, fam. Out of all nationalities to go pick, you picked the wrong one. You picked the nationality that was a mixed multitude to begin with. So understand something. I'm the Psalm 67 Israelite. That's what I'm known for. Christians and non-Christians. Psalm 67 tells us that we're supposed to show the saving health of the Most High, the Yeshua, the saving health of the Most High to all nations. And that we cannot receive the blessing of the Most High until we do such. We're not even eligible for that, fam. We got a job to do. So if you got the nerve to raise your hand and say you're an Israelite right now, just understand that you are volunteering for probably the hardest job in the game. You are volunteering to be a light to the nations. You are volunteering to be a living ambassador of the ways of the Most High, the living embodiment of the ways of the Most High. That people can see, hear, feel, taste, touch, experience, learn from, encounter. So I'm going to read a couple verses right quick. And I'm going to show a couple pictures and I'm going to jump off. But I just wanted to intro with that right quick. So let me make this bigger. So this is Zephaniah 3. And I want to get into this because this is a woe to Jerusalem and the nations. And the nation, Jerusalem and the nations. I'm not going to read all the verses. I'm going to read just a few of them. And we'll see how I feel once I get going. I might read all because there's only 20 verses here. But there's a few I want to focus on, specifically the woe to Jerusalem. Because a lot of people are focusing on the woe to the nations bit right now. Like, Israel had its hands clean in this whole scroll thing. And like, nah, fam. That's not how this worked. That's not how being an execrated people worked. That's definitely not how that worked. But real quick, starting in verse 1. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. She obeyed not the voice. She received not correction. She trusted not in the Lord. She drew not near to her God. Her princes within her are roaring lions. Her judges are evening wolves. They gnaw not the bones till the morrow. Her prophets are light and treacherous persons. Her priests have polluted the sanctuary. They have done violence to the law. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. I'm going to stop there and I'm going to jump down. But first, recognize. So this is woe to Jerusalem. Her princes within her are roaring lions. Her judges are evening wolves. They gnaw not the bones till the morrow. Her prophets are light and treacherous persons. Her priests have polluted the sanctuary. They have done violence to the law. They have done violence to the law. Now, a lot of people know this chapter because they like to quote this verse here. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants, even the daughter of my dispersed shall bring mine offering. Now, let's jump down to verse 12 because I like this bit here when it's talking about a remnant of Israel and whatnot, right? This is the part I really want to focus on. I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. I'm going to read that verse again. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. A lot of people skip over that part right there. A lot of people claiming that part of the awakening. They completely skip that part right there. Like being part of Israel, you just get a participation award and everything's all as well. Nah, fam. Like I said, you're volunteering for one of the hardest jobs out there, fam. You're saying you're volunteering for no iniquity, speaking no lies, having no deceitful tongue in your mouth, feeding and lying down and being afraid of none. A lot of people try to get at me because I'll talk to somebody who's a supposed enemy of Israel, but I'm not afraid of them. And people act like I'm supposed to be reactionary and go at them crazy and emotional and blah, blah, blah. And why? Let me have my conversations, watch what happens. Because typically by the end of a conversation, somebody's falling on their sword. If you're talking about facts and truth, you don't got to be emotional about the thing. You can be chill and calm. Because you know that you know that you know that you know. It's not guesswork. It's not guesswork. It's like that brother on Sunday that was talking about, right? Those who believe in God and those who know God. I halfway agree with what he was talking about in that concept, right? If you believe in God, you don't know God. I 100% believe in that. If you know God, that's a different thing, fam. That's when you kick it in the lion's den and you just chill. You know, it's a different concept. You know. But this is what I know. I know that if you're claiming to be the remnant of Israel, this bit applies to you. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth, for they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. Sing, O daughter of Zion, shout, O Israel, be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Lord hath taken away thy judgments. He hath cast out thine enemy. The King of Israel, even the Lord, is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil anymore. A lot of people know that part there. They feel like the Most High is going to come down and just fix things for them just because they rose their hand and said that they're Israel. Nah, fam. This ain't a participation in work kind of a situation, fam. In that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, fear not thou, or fear thou not, excuse me. And to Zion, let not thine hands be slack. The Lord thy God is in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth. I love this verse here, right? I will save her that halteth. A lot of people don't even know what that word means. Halteth. What that word salah means. You're claiming to be the remnant of Israel. You have the nerve to tell people about how to live their culture, whatnot. You have no idea how to live your own culture. If I told you to go halt as an Israelite, like they did of old, what would you do? Do you even know that word? Salah? If I asked you to go make Salah like David, or excuse me, like Daniel, yeah, like Daniel and David. If I asked you to make Salah like Daniel in the book of Daniel, where he made Salah 3 times a day facing Jerusalem, how would you do it? What would you do? Because it said he did it like the old people did it. I hear a lot of people talking about them being Israel and don't know nothing about their own supposed culture, fam. I don't see them wanting to get in touch with their culture, live out their culture. I see them wanting to get in touch with clout chasing. Yeah, that's sad. From the church to clout chasing, fam. Come on now. It goes on to say, at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you. For I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. Like I keep saying, fam, raising your hand and saying Israel is it's not about getting treated special. It's not about being above nobody. It's not about you at all. It's about, in a way, it is about you, in a sense to where showing the transformative power of the Torah through your life is supposed to be your living example, your light to the world. We all got stuff we need to rise above, and showing the world that we can do it through these scrolls. Helping out our own people, helping out other people. That's our culture. That's our culture. I'm not even going to run through the pictures, fam, the presentation, because I've actually given it before, right? The cloud chasers versus kingdom builders. You've seen it. I don't need to get into it. This is what I need to get into, right? This is what kingdom building looks like. This is where it starts, fam. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, Neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth, for they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. If we're not starting there, fam, we're just playing an elaborate game of dress up. An elaborate game of dress up. And with that, fam, I'll say peace and love.
I like the way this feel, yeah. Let my soul cry, yeah, yeah, yeah. Minister, we gonna speak from the heart on this one. I'm performing lyrical funerals, no obituary. I killed your boy and brought him back to life, pet cemetery. My anointing not based on attendance at a seminary. Scarlet witches, they attracted to the visionary. Everywhere I go, I bring the word with me, missionary. Soldier drafted in the war machine, military. Pay attention, what I'm saying to you, legendary. You got the demeanor of a front desk secretary. That mean you take the calls, but you don't make the calls. That's why you hate, cause ain't nothing fake about me at all. Now I dare you try to say that with a straight face. My delivery in tip-top, great shape. I'm too advanced for you, light years, space age. No evolution for you cavemen, stone age. I'm a thoroughbred, rock solid. I came from the bottom to the top, rock climbing. I grew up in the hood, pros and cons. That's that full court pressure when the amalanche roll out that stretch. Why can't you see it's not logical? And you live diabolical. Boy, your point of view smaller than the hair follicle molecule. This for all of them that follow you, smoking all of them barbecue. When I pull up, your voice don't correct itself with no auto-tune. I got a whole nother level that I can enter whenever I gotta deal with the devil. I pick a whole nother method. I hear a whole lot of yapping. They wanna see my reaction. Really out here in the community making it happen. I don't really think they understand the dilemma. They ain't looking in the man in the mirror. I can't say it in the clearer. The plan is very simple. It's time to start playing in the temple. Before somebody come and put the can on your temple. Reaching like a baby with his hand for the nipple. The Grand Reaper coming with his hand on the circle. Hit the van coming with a ram with it. With the van coming get him. I am so glad that I changed up. Made it out of where I came from. Watch for the slide and the hook of the slow ball, fastball, and that change up. That ghetto lifestyle, it changed us. Go back to visit, it ain't changed much. Only difference is now the way that my brain process information. And Satan, but after my license, day one, let me say something. Only reason that I'm still alive today because God's grace is amazing. Just another raisin in the sun. Dream deferred when things occurred. Now you getting served right on the curb like a lemonade stand. I just gave you the benediction, let the whole church say amen.